Hey everyone, it's Mallory here with Cats.com, where we're all about cats. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my top recommendations for the best cat litter box deodorizers. There are a lot of products out there that promise to cut the litter box smell. You've got powders and granules that you can sprinkle into the litter box. You have little ozone generators that you can stick on the side of the box, or little pouches of scented baking soda that you can also affix to the side. So I did some research on the different types of litter box deodorizers on the market, and I ordered a selection from a variety of different categories. Once I had those products, I subjected them to a few different tests. I tried them out with my cats in their litter boxes, and then I did a semi-controlled test with the powdered litter deodorizers. I wanted to see how well each of these worked on a small sample of both urine and feces. So I've collected these little samples, put them on my little trays, and then I'm going to sprinkle a quarter teaspoon of each of these on them and see how they smell. This allowed me to establish a ranking of them by odor control, but that's not everything. So I also consider things like cat friendliness and human friendliness, as well as price, and I'll be talking about all of them in these reviews. So my first recommendation came in third in terms of odor control during the controlled test, but I think that it offers better cat friendliness compared to the others. It's Scent-Away, and it's made from a combination of zeolite and activated carbon particles, which absorb moisture. Zeolite is a very porous mineral, and it's able to hold moisture. So by drawing moisture from the environment, it's able to reduce odor over time. And the activated carbon is able to neutralize odors as well. So even though the odor control was not perfect, it wasn't the best of the best, what I appreciated about it is that all of the compounds in it are completely safe for cats, and they tend to be non-irritating to cats, so they won't deter your cat from using the litter box. Similarly, it's going to be more human friendly. If you have a sensitive nose and you don't like things with added fragrances, you aren't going to run into any issues with that either. It's easy to use. It's pretty effective. Overall, it seems like a good product. Now, it is kind of expensive, so a 10.5 ounce container costs $10.99. So not the cheapest out there. And my next recommendation had the best odor control of any of the products I tried. It's the Litter Box Odor Eliminator from Rocco and Roxie. Now, this product is made from corn cob granules, which help to absorb moisture and draw the scent out of the litter box, but it also incorporates a blend of essential oils and proprietary ingredients. And as you probably know, essential oils can be harmful to cats. Now, the company claims that it's completely safe for cats, but without knowing more about what's actually in it, I don't feel 100% confident putting it in my cat's litter boxes long term. However, the odor control is really good. So in my semi-controlled test, there was an immediate change. It was the best of any of the deodorizers I tried. There's a combination of a blocking effect, so it's hard to smell that really intense odor that's reminiscent of some combination of bubblegum and maybe a little bit of pine and some mint. It's a very strong smell, but it's also eliminating the smell, and it's going to continue to do that over time because it helps to draw moisture from the waste. So one 12-ounce container costs $11.97, so about $1 an ounce. I will note that this container does not come completely full, and it seems like the fullness tends to vary, so you might be surprised to find that it's a little bit lower than you expect. My next recommendation is the cat litter deodorizer from NonScents. So the NonScents brand comes from a company called OxyScience that's been in business for decades and has been involved in water purification and using their technology in other industrial applications. And they were developing a new product with a combination of zeolite and a chlorine coating that they found didn't work for its originally intended purpose, but they wanted to use it for something else. And the something else that they found was as a cat litter deodorizer. While chlorine is toxic to cats in high concentrations, NonScents says that this product is safe for cats, and presumably in the small amounts that are present in this product, it shouldn't be harmful to a cat if they get it on their paws. This product worked really well. In my little controlled test, I found that it was the second most effective deodorizer, but it really shows its strengths when added to a fresh bed of litter before it gets dirty. The only reason why I didn't rank NonScents higher on this list is because it does have that kind of intense scent at first, and I know that it can be deterring to some cats and to some people as well. So this is one of the cheaper products on this list. I bought a 2-pack for $19.97, and you can get a single 16-ounce jar for $12.97 on Amazon. So my next recommendation takes an interestingly different approach to getting rid of cat litter odor, and it is the advanced Bio-Enzyme cat litter deodorizer from Hepper. So this product incorporates live organisms to consume compounds that cause cat litter box odor. So in my testing, I found that the odor control was not that impressive initially. It was better for the urine, but I was still noticing a lot of fecal odors. And I noticed that over time, it seemed like it controlled the urine odors better as it sat with them, but the fecal odors were still there. So I would recommend this if you're having a significant issue with ammonia smell. You can also use it in other places besides the litter box. You can sprinkle it on carpets or other surfaces. But it doesn't seem to be quite as effective on fecal smells. What I liked about it besides the odor control is that it's completely safe for cats. It has a pretty non-offensive odor. It's kind of a strange smell, a little bit of an almost dairy smell. It shouldn't be offensive to cats. My cats had no issue with it. And at $11.99 for a 12-ounce container, it's priced comparably to the other deodorizers here. So my next recommendation is the OdorTrap by Whisker. You can plug it into the Litter Robot 4 Globe. It helps to cut down on odor in the waste drawer. And it also works well for other places like trash cans, the litter genie if you have one, and other areas outside of the litter box. The OdorTrap is interesting in that while it is kind of a scented product and it has a smell to it that's pretty noticeable, it's apparently not intended to cover odors. Instead, when they partnered with the company Freshwave to develop it, the researchers looked at the chemicals in cat waste and identified certain oils that would directly block out those smells. So it's primarily made from cedarwood oil, which is safe for cats, and evidently all of the oils that they've incorporated here were approved for cats by a team of veterinarians who reviewed it. Again, these beads are not meant to be used in the litter. You're supposed to put the packets outside of the litter box, either in the OdorTrap pod or outside of it, and your cat's not supposed to be able to ingest them. If you really want something that has a nice fresh smell that you can use around the litter box, it could be a good option. The full kit, including the pod as well as the bead packets, cost $20 on Chewy. And my last recommendation is plain baking soda. So you've probably heard of this as a proposed solution to litter box odor, and in my tests, it worked pretty well. So baking soda does a pretty good job of capturing odors. In my little controlled test, it worked decently, especially the fecal odor is reduced compared to the control with just a coating of Tiny Cat's litter, but it's not as good as some of the other deodorizers I've tried so far. And one really big upside of it is that it is significantly cheaper than any of the other solutions here. So for example, a 16-ounce container costs $6.49 on Amazon, and you can get it much cheaper in local grocery stores. So it's one of the most economical options out there. Now, there are some issues with it. One is baking soda is not safe for cats if ingested in large quantities, but the amount that your cat is going to come into contact with in the litter box is much lower than that, so it doesn't seem like it would cause harm. The other thing is that some cats don't like baking soda in their litter, and this can apply to pretty much any of these litter box deodorizers, but baking soda does seem to be less popular than things like activated carbon. So that is also something to consider. I hope this was helpful and helped you to make sense of the litter box deodorizer market and figure out which one might work best for you. Let me know in the comments which is your favorite, and if you have any other insights on the art of controlling your cat's litter box odor. Other than that, I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.